Hi, very good afternoon to all. My name is Bhavana and our subject is BOM, that is Business Organization and Management. I hope all are good. And this is for the BCom students for first year in first semester for both general and computer students. Up to now we discussed what is the staff organization and what is the difference between the staff organization and line organization. Line organization is nothing but it is the oldest and simplest form of organization. For every employee they have to follow the instructions given by the immediate superior. Like the staff organization is not like that. Staff organization people are very specialized people in the particular area. They do research and they they solve the problems, and these solutions may help the line organization people for achieving the organizational goals. I hope up to now you understand this lecture. If you have any doubt till up to now, please let me know. You can text me in WhatsApp. I definitely clarify your doubts. And we are continuing our lecture. Our next topic is what are the merits of the line and staff organization, and also what are the merits or advantages, and also we discussed what are the demerits and disadvantages of the line and staff organization. Let's see here. Merits of line and staff organization. First, one of the main advantages is that line executives receive expert advice from the staff. One of the most important advantages, already we discussed, there is the line organization and also staff organization. These two we can't separate each other, but they have their own importance. What is the main advantage in line and staff organization means the staff organization people give advices to the line organization and also give solutions for problems. One of the main advantage is that line executives receives means those who are working in the line executives. Already we discussed the structure of the line organization. They receive advices from the staff organization. The staff has expertise on the matter. Already we discussed the staff or in staff organization, those who are working people in this particular organization, they are very good knowledge about the particular field and they are the expertise. And line executives can greatly benefited from the advice. So based on this, these line executives can more benefited according to the staff organization, so that they can leave the planning and research to the staff and concentrate on execution of the plan. They are divide the work means they leave the research part to the staff and they are concentrating mainly on planning. So here they divide the work based on line and staff organization. Line organization people leave the research work to the staff and they mainly concentrate on the plan. So both they are doing, staff organization people are doing research and line organization people are mainly concentrated on execution of plan. Already there is a plan. For implementation these people are trying if there is any problem arised in this organization, these staff people give advices to the line organization. I hope you understand this point. It is nothing but it is a main advantage. Why we are saying the main advantage means these line executive people take an advices from the staff organization and they divide the work. These line organization people leave the research work to the staff and they main focus on implementation of the plan. Already we draw a plan. For this implementation, these people are doing so much hard work. For that we can achieve our objective easily. If there is any problem occur in the execution of the plan, these staff people will help. One of the main advantage is that line executives receives expert advice from the staff. This staff has expertise on the matter and the line executives can greatly benefited from the advice. Who are benefited? These line executives are benefited according to the staff organization advices. So they can leave the planning and research to the staff. They leave the planning and also research. These line organization people only taking the implementation of the plan. And concentration execution as plan is nothing but implementation of the plan. This is our first important advantage. Next, there is the benefit of specialization in the system. The whole organization is planned in such a way that the work is divided according to the specialization. Already we discussed this point in the first only. Again we are describing this point. This is the benefit of specialization in the system. It is the benefit of specialization in the system. What is the benefit? They are dividing their work according to their specialization. Means staff organization people have very good research knowledge. So we are giving the research and planning process. These line organization people are receiving our advices from their immediate superior, so they are doing for implementation of the plan based on their skills, based on educational qualifications. They divide the work, so it is one of the most important advantage. What is the advantage? This is the benefit of the specialization in the system, means it is the benefit, this is the benefit of the specialization in the system. The whole organization is planned, means the whole organization is planning in such a way that the work is divided according to the specialization. Already we discussed the line organization people are implementation of the plan, and the staff organization people can do work and research on planning and also research for solving problems. So according to their specialization they divide their work, so it is also one of the advantage in line and staff organization. This concentration of authority also helps with better and more efficient decision making. What? This concentration of authority means the concentration of division of work and concentration of authority means each and every person has an authority. So it also helps with better and more efficient decision making, means this type of specialization and this type of division of labor also helps more for efficient decision making. Suppose we want to take any decision, by dividing their work and according to the specialization we can take decision very easily. I feel this person is very expert in doing research in production department. So if I want to take any decision regarding to the production department, example I want to produce a new product or I want to do some changes in my existing product, so I take advice on this particular person because he is very good specialized in this work. So based on division of work, the decision making is also, the way of your decision making is also give more very good results. So it is also one of the advantage. They have their tools to have a more balanced decision. This results in better coordination in the organization. Means for decision making also these organizations have different tools based on like specialization, division of labor, specialization of the division of labor and specialization, and also decision making, research and planning. So each and every organization has different tools for decision making, and also they want to develop the coordination among the employees. Based on all these factors in this organization, they take a very good decision. This concentration of authority also helps this concentration means each and every employee is concentrate according to their work. So the concentration of authority also helps with better and more efficient decision making. They have the tools to take more balanced decision, means each and every organization have their tools for decision making. This result is better coordination in the organization, means this result it is the better coordination in the organization. Next, this is also a lot of scope for the growth of employees in a line and staff organization. Means this gives like division of labor, encouraging the specialized people. Means these people have very good knowledge, so we are encouraging them. So based on these factors, this is also a lot of scope for growth of employees in a line and staff organization. Means not only the organizational goals, each and every individual also can develop their own creativity. Suppose this particular person is very good, already we discussed in production department, so we are treating he is very good in production department. The particular person try to give more benefits, try to create own things, because we are appreciating the person. For this appreciation he feels like that he want to work more. So not only for the organizational goals, for that reason they want to develop their own career too. So there is also a lot of scope for the growth of employees in a line and staff organization. It gives each individual the freedom to grow and flourish on their own specialty. Means here there are no restrictions, we are giving so much of freedom, so we can express their feelings. So here each and every employee has not only for benefiting the organizational goals, they want to develop our own specialty talents and they want to create their own talents too. So here we are not providing any restrictions. Not only for achieving our organizational goals, we can achieve our personal goals too, for gaining more information and for doing more research, and this person become a very good specialist in the particular field, because he is already very good in the knowledge. He are doing again some research according to the department, so he can gain more knowledge according to the past. So not only for organization, he can build a own career. So it is also one of the advantage to the individual's career too. These are all the advantages of the line and staff organization. Let's see here what are the advantages. First, one of the main advantage is here the line executives have received the advices from the staff organization. For that he get very good decision making. There is no wastage of time, and also they don't want to do research or planning. These parts they can divide it to the staff organization. These line organization people only thinking about the implementation of the plan. For the division of work, we are unable to waste our resources and we are unable to waste time too. So we are saying this is the one of the very good advantage for the line and staff organization. And next advantage, this is the benefit for the specialization, means based on the specialization, educational qualification and the skills we can divide the work. So for this division of work we can take very better good results. So this is the benefit of the specialization in this system. The whole organization is planned in such a way that the work is there is a division of work is divided according to the specialization only, not for the normal purpose. The work is divided according to the specialization and skills. So while we divide the work, it is very easy for completing the task too. Next, based on this concentration of authority and division of work, we can take very good decisions, and in every business organization there are different tools for taking decision and also maintain a balanced decision making. And this also create a coordination among the people, means they each and every department, they are, suppose we are taking 5 employees, so each and employee have a very good coordination. For that only we can complete the task very easily. It can develop very good decision making, and also it can create a coordination among the employees. Next, this is a lot of scope for growth of employees. There is a lot of scope, means not only the organizational objectives, we can increase our personal knowledge too, means we are providing some efficient information for getting more results. So for that, not only for achieving organization goals, we can increase our knowledge too. This knowledge is useful for better promotion purposes or some other purposes. Not only for organization goals, we can increase our career too, means we can go very good, we can achieve, we can grab very good opportunities by utilizing all these resources. So the last point is saying this is also a lot of scope for growth of employees, means the employees those want to increase their career. It is a very good opportunity in both line and staff organization people. It gives each individual freedom, means there are no strict restrictions, so each individual freedom to flourish, means to express their opinions, they express their creativity thoughts. So these are the advantages of the line and staff organization. According to the advantages, there are some disadvantages too. Let's see here. What are the demerits or disadvantages of the line and staff organization? Let's see here. There is a dual authority in a line and not life. So there is a dual authority in line and staff organization, so they may confuse the employees where it comes of following instructions and reporting. It can create certain communication issues of the firm. What are the demerits they are saying is nothing but both are coincide and work together. The line and staff organization people divide their work based on their specialization of the skills, but here they are saying there is a dual authority, means there is not single authority, there is a line organization is there is a staff organization, both combined maybe create some confusion. Suppose let's see, there is a dual authority of line and staff organization, so that it may confuse the employees when it comes of following instructions and reporting. Means suppose there is an instruction given by the one person, it is a dual authority, means it is a combined of both staff and line authority, so we may get any confuses while communicating the information and while completing the task. They are saying if there is no clarity of giving instructions, these employees may confuse us, then we can create a conflict between the environment. So there is a dual authority of line and staff organization. So they may confuse the employees when it comes of the following instructions and reporting. It can create a certain communication. For that, it can create certain communication issues of the firm, because the line organization is like that immediate superior. We have to follow the restrictions, but the staff members are the very good specialized in their process. So by combining both these two, we can create any communicational issues. They are saying it is one of the disadvantage. Next, there are sometimes conflicts between the line executives and staff managers. They could have a difference or different of opinions. They can prevent harmonized relationships between the two and cause an imbalance in the company. Means already we discussed the line and staff organization both are equal range. So if they want to take any decision making, these line executives or staff managers not in a coordination. So if the one person is saying we have to take this decision and the line people are saying not, we are not having that much of resources, so we are not taking the decision. Based on the conflicts, means they are not coordinate. For that, they have any chance for rising problems. Let's see. There are sometimes conflicts between the line executives and staff managers. They could have a difference in opinions based on business organizations, based on business decisions. Maybe there is a different opinions according to the line managers and staff executives, and they can prevent harmonized relationship. Means harmonized means universal, equal. We are unable to equalize because of different opinions. So there's two and cause an imbalance in the company. For these two decisions, we may cause an imbalance in the company. Already we know that their line and staff executives are in the equal role. So equal importance, each and individual have a equal role, and each and individual departments has a unique role. So these two people have conflict their decision making. Means one people suggests one decision and other people does not accept this decision. In that situation, there is any chance for arising conflict. So we can say it is also one of the disadvantages in line and staff organization. Sometimes the expert advice given by the staff is misunderstood or misinterpreted by the line executives. What are the saying? Sometimes, suppose the decision making or problem solving is completely gone under the staff organization. So if there sometimes, suppose if there is a one problem arise in the organization, so for that problem, these staff organization people want to give some solutions. So let's see here. These expert advice given by the staff, means there is one of the expert in the staff, the person giving advices to the line executives, but these line executives are not interested for listening his advice. So there is a misunderstanding between these line and staff executives. Let's see here. Sometimes the expert advice given by the staff is misunderstood as misinterpreted by the line executives. If there is one problem, for that problem the one specialized people in the staff, they want to give some advice for solving the problem, but these line executives are not ready to listen. They are misunderstand his opinion and misinterpreted his opinion. So for that, there is any chance for occurring some conflicts. Next, the staff and line system are costlier than a simple line or functional organization. Already we know that in line organization there are different types of. A simple line organization means it is very simple, while there is one type of structure. This information is provided from the top to the bottom, and compared to the staff line organization, the line organization is very simple. They are saying it is some conflicts because here both organizations are mixing together. Any chance for occurring the conflict. So they are saying it is one of the disadvantage. The staff and line organization are costlier, and also when compared to the line, it is costlier, and also simple line and functional organization. The staff specialist has a high remuneration cost generally. Means in staff organization, already we discussed there is a specialist. So for this specialist people, we have to pay high remuneration when compared to the line people authority. So when compared to the simple line or formal organization, already we discussed in line organization, types of line organization, there is a simple line and functional organization.